Hey guys, this is Doran, CEO Culture Matters. Today we're going to talk about the two of the 9 pillars of business development, vision and mission. Why are they important? What are they? How are they different? A lot of times people feel like it's fluffy. If they're not worried about selling and they're not worried about marketing and they're not looking at even leadership or they're not looking at the bottom line, the numbers, nothing else matters. But we seem to forget. The whole company started with people. Someone saw a problem and they created a solution. And all the numbers came later. McDonald's, for example. Whether you like the food or not, or agree with it or not, Ray Kroc saw a problem. 2 of them. Well, a few of them. We'll start with this one. Cheap food. People are hungry. The industrial age happened. They're driving around. They're running, hubbing and bubbing. So they need quick, cheap, efficient food. Another problem, businesses. 90% of businesses fail. Well, what's the solution? A franchise system that does the work for you, that makes cheap, tasty food on the go. Okay, so you got 2 big problems there. Businesses fail because of what we're actually talking about. They don't understand the 9 pillars, which he provided. And people are hungry and they want cheap food on the go that tastes good. Lots of problems. He solved all those problems and he literally changed the entire world. Now franchise is one of the most accepted business systems and people eat tons of fast food and it's grown into this multi-$100 billion thing that just started with him and one little McDonald's because he saw this restaurant that was doing really, really well and just had one. And he turned it into over 33,000 with like 500,000 employees worldwide. Okay, how to get all the way over there? It's very important we understand. That all started with 2 things. His vision and then his mission. So vision, visual, the future. He saw the future. He saw the solution to a problem. When he walked into McDonald's for the first time, he said, oh my God, there's something here. There could be one of these in every town in the whole world. So that day, actually, he had dinner with the McDonald's brothers, Ray Kroc, at 50, he was about 50 or 51. So this is a spring chicken. And he goes to them, you guys could have a lot of these. I mean, he sold shake makers at a time. So he said, he wasn't even thinking that big to begin with. He was like, I'll just give you guys the shake makers and you keep opening these things. And they're like, well, we don't want to do that. He's like, well, why not? Well, they said, you see that big house on the hill over there with the nice porch? Yeah, that's our house. We make a ton of money and we're happy. More money, more problems, more all that. He's like, well, you could hire people to do it. I said, no, we don't want to do it. He went back home with his tail between his legs, and then he convinced them to give him the opportunity to do it. And in 4 years, he had 100 of them. And in 8 years, he had hundreds, and then it grew and grew. And now, here we are today. But it all started with his vision of what was possible. When he saw that drive-through with all those cars, he knew it. So vision. Think of you and your business. How do you write a vision statement? And why is it important, other than this story I share with you, that obviously it may be important, how can you actually implement it to impact you and your people? First, vision and mission are different. Vision is a visual representation of the future you see. So for example, let's just make up a real quick vision statement. No studying, nothing, of like McDonald's. Ray Kroc wanted to live in a world where there was fast, cheap, tasty food on every corner. Now, I don't even know I should know what the vision statement is for McDonald's, being that, culture is like my thing. But I don't. I'd have to look it up. I just made that up completely right now. However, do you think that makes sense after hearing what I had to say? Yeah. Visually, that's what he wanted. So, cheap, fast, efficient food in every block, and maybe you could add this to it. If he knew what he knew now, that franchising would change the world, and reduce the amount of business failure due to lack of knowledge. So he creates this franchise system. So I want to live in a world where business owners can open up cheap, fast, efficient food in every block. That would be a vision statement. That's what I would help him figure out 70 years ago. Because then from day one, he can plan it out. And that's where the mission comes in. The mission is all right, what are we going to do that? It's the statement that you talk about every day. So for example, We're going to work tirelessly, day in and day out, to make sure every entrepreneur has a fair share at the dream that they want to make happen, to save people money, time, and give them tasty food. That's a mission statement. Now, this is the beauty of it. There's 7 million words in the English language. Your vision statement, your mission statement, your culture, although they're all different, they're just different representations of what the founder's character is, what their goal is, who they are. And as long as the outcome is positive and it correlates to the action that you want your people to take, it works. Because there's lots of different words. It's all about the context and the meaning and the outcome. So vision and mission. Now, you go to these companies and they make it up 10 years later because they feel like they have to. A lot of them are successful because they just have hardworking people that care. But to me, in business development, that's like playing Russian roulette. It's not very safe. So how do you actually implement this so you get your people on board? Well, here's the catch. There's no easy way. Every day, do you take a shower? I hope so. Every day, you have to bathe in your culture. Why? Because your employees are your children. Now, that's not condescending. It's about consciousness. They don't know what they don't know. If they knew what you knew, they'd be you, right? Be, do, have. Your job is to inspire them to want to learn more about the business, be more and do more about your business. Culturally, culture is the CEO or the founder's character delineated for everybody, clearly, concisely, so they understand what's happening. So your vision, your mission is the guiding. It's like the guiding. It's like the road. There's no fences. It's just those yellow lines. Why do we stay in the road? I think about it all the time. Like, it's like this invisible glue that keeps us from hitting each other, although a lot of people get in car accidents, unfortunately. Well, your vision and your mission is the glue that keeps everybody in the straight line. The catch is you've got to talk about it every day. So how do you do that? Every morning, my assistant calls me and tells me what she's thankful and grateful for, and then she tells me our culture. Now, when we're having big meetings, maybe start it off with your vision statement and a story, if you're a leader. And if you inspire your leaders to do that, now you've just replicated yourself. So tangibly, how can we build a company? And I'll add a little bit to this video, culture. The culture you talk about every day, in context. The vision, the mission, maybe you don't have to talk about every day, but damn sure everyone knows it. Maybe they could carry like the Ritz-Carlton, a Credo card where they have their mission right there. They have their values right there. Maybe it could just be more than just on the wall. Maybe once a week when you have your team meeting, you start it off with the story about your company and the vision and the mission. And over time, people become what they're around the most. If everybody in the company believes the exact same thing, how much stronger can it be? If one person doesn't believe in the company and everyone believes in it, they're going to leave. You just got rid of the parasite. I just had this conversation yesterday with a client. It was profound because the human body has germs all over it. Right now, I'm full with germs. So are you. Why don't we die? Because of our culture. Our health, our immune system keeps us alive, but we need bad seeds. So don't tell me you're going to hire the right person. No. That doesn't matter because you could hire the right person but not know your culture and not give it to them right, and they won't be the right person in 6 months or a year because they're going to change and you're not the same. It's not consistent. They're going to outgrow you. How do you solve that? You know your vision, you know your mission, you know your culture, and you give it out the right way in the right doses. Or else, this is what happens. You get a bad parasite that kills the host. Your culture, your vision, your mission are all a part of this ecosystem of immunity to not go out of business and go bankrupt. Because a business is just a reflection of you as the founder. Okay, if that's true, then the business really is like your body. It has its own immune system. And that's why culture matters. So you need to wake up. The world needs to wake up. And I'm not going to stop yelling until they start hearing. I hope this was valuable to you guys. Some tangible takeaways. Why you need a vision, why you need a mission, why it's important, and how to implement it every day with your people so they work more than just a job, more than just a paycheck, but they work to make a difference. This is Doran. Check out my website, youronstoppableculture.com. You guys have a great day.